In today's video, I'm going to show you exactly how I studied 2 years of heavy biology content using a simple Google spreadsheet. I call it the spreadsheet recall method. And the best part is I'm not the only one who used this spreadsheet and found success with it. You see, I wrote an article about this very method and ended up receiving over 900 emails from students across the world asking me for copies of it. And the response I got after they used the method was incredible. The TLDR is that this spreadsheet contained two things: a column full of questions and a column full of answers. But before I show you exactly how I used it for my final biology exams, let me take you back to why I even thought of studying with a spreadsheet full of questions in the first place. It was the last term of the IB and my final exams were 2 months away. We'd study most of the content as a class, but I'd never felt more behind. I was screwing up all the tests that we were doing despite having studied for hours and hours on end. And it was this gut-wrenching feeling of putting so much effort on a daily basis, yet not seeing the results. And that's when I had to really rethink it. What can I do? What can I change that will help me tackle the specific exam in the best way possible? And that's when I came up with this Google spreadsheet. Here we have the Google Sheets. You can see that one column is devoted to all the essay questions and the other one has all the mark scheme answers. It's quite simple overall. All of the questions are divided by topic and you have the marks associated with each of the questions there as well. The reason I decided to use these essay questions was because A, answering them requires you to have a very holistic understanding of the topic, and B, there's so many of them in all of these past papers that it basically covers the entire syllabus in itself. On top of that, I'm not just making my own answers up to these questions, I'm using the mark scheme answers, the mark scheme that the examiner will use to mark my exam. I did this because there's only so many ways that the examiner can actually ask you questions about the same topic year after year, so there's bound to be patterns. And there were patterns in the types of questions and also the similarities in the specific points of the answers that you need to use as well. That's not to say that you can't just make your own spreadsheet up without using mark scheme answers if you don't have them. I'll show you how to do this later on in the video, but before we do that, let me show you how I use the spreadsheet on a daily basis. Let's tackle the first question. So what I do is that I would highlight these questions in black so I can't see them anymore, they're hidden. And this is when I try and recall all the specific points in that answer from memory, try and remember what I know, try and work out in my head without using any resources. So I look at this question, describe the functions of proteins in cell membranes, and then I think, okay, what do I know about this topic? I know that proteins do this, this, and this. That's only 3 points. What could the fourth one be? And then after I'd given it my best shot, I'd go and unhide this answer and I'd look at which points I actually remembered and which ones I didn't. The ones I didn't remember, I'd underline them. And this was a habit that I had. I would underline all of the ones that I didn't remember so that I can find ways to incorporate these underlined points in my answers the next time I practice this. And after doing this question, I'd color code it based on its difficulty, green, red, orange. Let's quickly do that. And I'd just repeat this entire process of hiding the answer, recalling it to the best of my ability, underlining what I didn't know, and color coding it for all the questions of the topic before I actually study that topic. And having the simple practice of testing myself and knowing exactly which points that I need to know for the question was so helpful, because what I was doing initially was that I just look at a question like this and I'd think, okay, let me just start writing about it. I wouldn't plan it, I would just start writing at points, and maybe in that answer I'd only hit 2 of the points, but because it looked like a paragraph, I'd go like, you know what, it looks like 4 marks, let's move on to the next question. And that's where I was screwing up. But now I can see exactly what I remember and what I don't remember in order to get those marks. And after doing this for the first time, unless you're a genius, you're not gonna have anything other than reds or oranges in there. So I'd really try and go back and study the things you don't know. You can't just stop right here. You have to go back and understand all your weak points, so that next time you come and test yourself, you know the answers a bit better than you did before. This is literally what I did for the majority of my biology exam revision. It worked for me. It worked for so many others, and if you adapt it, if you have a content-based subject, it will work for you as well. Spaced repetition is crucial for this to work. You need to keep coming back to this spreadsheet and testing yourself in these spaced intervals, or at least 3 rounds of normal repetition if you're lazy. Our brains are amazing at filtering out things that we don't need to know. We forget 50% of the things that we've learned in the last hour and over 70% of the things we've learned in the last 24 hours. And this can only be stopped by interrupting this forgetting curve. So what I did to make the spaced repetition thing easier for myself was that before every revision session, I'd hide 7 to 9 questions from that topic that I'm revising that day and just practice them without using any resources. And every time I did this, there was a small improvement because I was learning and getting better at answering the questions and the exam itself every time that I was repeating this process. Every time I attempted a question, I'd update the underlying points that I didn't remember, or I'd change the color if I was finding it easier or harder. And most importantly, I'd try and space it out. I'd attempt something 2 days after I just studied it, then I'd do a 6 days later than I do it 2 weeks later. And I tested myself every time. Because in reality, that is the only way that you know that you actually understand something and that you're not just telling yourself that you get it because you've read it like once. Now, if you're smart, you're probably wondering why I'm using this Google spreadsheet when practically I can do the same thing with Anki or Quizlet flashcards. But for me, using this spreadsheet with this method genuinely reduced the barrier to get the work done and made my life a lot easier. It's very clear how many questions there are per topic, and it's very easy to jump to a particular sheet, hide a few questions, and then attempt like 7 to 9 of them before actually studying that topic. Whereas with flashcards, there's so many of them we have per deck, and it would take ages to find the topics that you want to specifically tackle, and I would never voluntarily want to go through an entire deck unless I was really just sitting there and focusing on doing those practice questions only. And the other thing is that the flashcards are randomized. Like, it's so much harder to jump from a question about the Kelvin experiment to protein transport to homeostasis and then keep switching between those and all those different facts that you need to know. I personally prefer to have a topic mapped out in my head and have that step-by-step understanding of the concepts rather than that forced memorization that I need to do with those specific flashcard facts. Switching between the topics would just be too much effort with a conceptual heavy subject like biology. Second, I think that using the spreadsheet takes a lot less effort and it takes a lot less time to actually get through the questions of a topic. With flashcards, an app is just showing me random cards that I need to do, whereas with this sheet, I'm actively choosing what I want to learn that day. I can easily click from topic to topic, seeing which weaknesses I'm addressing, seeing what I'm ignoring, and I can visually see which questions are red, orange, green, and I can focus on the things that I want to focus on rather than rely on an app to show me the things that I need to focus on. And the thing is, if I had a spare 15 minutes that day, I would never touch a 300 flashcard deck that we end up with usually when we use the sort of flashcard method. But if I was using the spreadsheet, it'd just be so easy to go on a topic that I want to learn that day, hide like 7 questions, and just practice them in my head. Try and figure out what I know, what I don't know, and move from there. And I remember actually doing this on the way to school. I remember doing it a couple times in my free lessons, and it was those small revision sessions when I felt too lazy to open my book that really ended up making that difference in my studying overall. So how can you make the spreadsheet for yourself? It's actually quite easy to make this yourself, and I'd say putting in a few hours of effort to make this is very worth it. Preferably you want to use exam questions and marks keep answers, but not everyone has those. So make do with what you have, find questions the easiest way possible, ask older years, and actually just have one column of questions, one column of answers, and practice this method. For me, it was the single most used resource for my exams, and I'm definitely going to try and create something like this for anatomy in med school this year. If you want a copy of the IB Biology spreadsheet that I showed you, just email me on here and I'll send it to you, no questions asked. And if you like this method but don't want to put the effort of creating answers from scratch, then check these videos out. Thank you for watching, leave a like, and I'll see you on the next one.